Hi everyone, Jaymes Mansfield here bringing you yet another video. Oh my god, you guys, it is time to style a very special wig that's very close to my heart. I am recreating Trixie Mattel's hair from the pit stop. Yes, the famous pit stop that was so legendary, so iconic because it had me in it. Yes, oh my gosh. Now people were obsessing over this pink wig. That was actually a human hair wig that I did for Trixie. And I decided I'm going to do James's version of my own wig. Yes, we are going to do a synthetic version. I already combined the wigs together. To give you an idea of what I did, I took two synthetic wigs, I tore them apart, and I reattached them to create sort of Franken wig. So it's a pastel pink with a hot pink in the back. Like, check it out. Like, it's so gorgeous. I'm really proud of myself. I actually separated them both and reattached them with my sewing machine. It was a very intricate detail. It's like doing open heart surgery, okay? It was a big deal, all right? Now, she is all here. She's ready. I curled her. I put her in a beautiful curl pattern. Like, check it out. Oh my gosh, it's like Rockabilly weekend right now with these waves. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Let's get started. We gotta start teasing her up. Now, I also have to curl a back piece for this because believe it or not, this wig was actually a bit of work to make happen. Now, I actually dyed human hair wigs by hand to make this wig possible, which was not easy. And also knowing Trixie, she loves big hair, and it's really hard to get big hair out of human hair. You have to like really work it. But in order to get like the level of hair that she wants, I had to double stack it. So rather than like trying to source out like another human hair wig last minute, I actually sacrificed something from my own closet. You may recognize this ponytail. Yes, my All Stars 8 promo ponytail. I sacrificed that. I took it apart, I cut it, and I dyed it to match the back of the wig. So it could be a bigger bump in the back of the wig. Don't say I don't do anything for people, okay?
Don't say I'm not kind.
It hurt, but you know what? She had done her time, and honestly, she was just kind of like laying around in my room anyway. So it was time to like give her a new lease on life. And honestly, Trixie got some mileage out of that hair, okay? She wore it on the pit stop. Then she wore it in one of her videos, and I believe she's worn it in an episode of I Like to Watch as well. So that hair, she got around. She liked it. I think I might have like turned Trixie to a human hair girly for like a hot second. Because the last time I talked to her, she told me she actually bought a couple human hair wigs to like experiment with. And she's been going through like the trials and tribulations of actually trying to style and curl human hair wigs. And I don't think anyone ever told her, maybe I should have warned her, like start small, like get short wigs first. Don't jump right into long hair because you're going to completely turn yourself off to the whole experience. Curling long human hair wigs is honestly one of the most boring and tedious things in the world. But thankfully, we're doing this in a synthetic, and synthetic will usually do what you want it to do. Now, these pinks can be a little dodgy, but thankfully, I'm using a wig from my own company. I am using the front of this is actually the Femme Fatale pink, available at jaymesmansfieldbeauty.com. Now we just got to add a tease to this. Now, that's the one downside about curling hair is like sometimes with certain styles, like you spend all that time curling it, right? And then you basically tease and style the whole curl pattern away. But you need that curl pattern, basically like the foundation of the hairstyle. All right, now I'm going to continue teasing this out, and I'll be right back. Welcome back. All right, we have it all teased out, and she's looking pretty good. I'm gonna start cutting it a little bit, because we also have to do a back piece as well, which is literally just curling a back piece and adding it on. But for this, again, we're gonna cut it at an angle, and let's start doing that. I don't wanna trim too much away. Frame the littlest bit, because it has to have that little flip still. It's got to flip up like that, create like the bubble flip. But if it's too long, it's going to like lay too heavy and it's not going to look right. So like a matter of doing that. But let's separate our bang section. We're going to also put a piece back here as well. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, that's our bang. Real easy peasy. This is actually a really fun hairstyle. I love making these kind of hairstyles. And I know from working with Trixie on Trixie Mattel, I kind of got a like taste of like what she likes and a good idea. Like she loves these like 1960s meets 1950s kind of hairstyles. Because again, like they're classics and they always look good. Like they're very soft and face framing. There's our bang. Gorge. Again, a lot of this is just like shaping. Like getting the shape right on it. And also trying to make sure I have a lot of the pastel there so it doesn't kind of get lost in the shuffle, you know? Brush out the ends a little bit. The ends are constantly brushing out. But looking at this is like, I literally just got back from Rockabilly weekend and I've always wanted to go. And like, I was so glad I actually got to do it this year because I always have been very fascinated with like rockabilly culture, and there's not like a big rockabilly scene back in Milwaukee. Like it's very, very small. Like the River West set, like very, very small amount of like rockabilly stuff happens. But like I always wanted to go to the Rockabilly Festival here, and I went and I loved it. Like they had Miss Auto Show, which is amazing. A beauty pageant for rockabilly pinup girls. I got to see my friends at Rockin' Betty. Oh my God, Raquel Reed, the glamorous, gorgeous Raquel Reed, like burlesque extraordinaire. I saw her, and I'm actually gonna go and check out her festival again this year. She's doing the Sin City Burlesque Festival. And I don't know, like I wanna go because I went last year and I loved it, but I had to leave early because I had to work. So I actually wanna go and like sit there and check it out. So I'm excited for that. Oh my God, I forgot to mention, guess who showed up out of nowhere? Dita Von Teese showed up to Rockabilly Weekend. Yes, she was in like that gigantic vintage car, the white car from her review in Las Vegas. Like she's got this gorgeous white car in her review, and it's all rhinestone. And she had two of her backup dancers there with her in like gigantic feather headdresses, like the ones from Jubilee. And they're like, you know, in various states of like, you know, beautiful, like, you know, embellished lingerie. And there was she in this gorgeous pink dress. Like seeing her in person is like jaw-dropping. She is beautiful. And like, honestly, it's one of the first times I feel like I was too stunned to even speak. Like I wanted to like go up and talk to her. I was like, I did not have the nerve. Like she is beautiful. Like girl, I was dumbstruck. Like all I could do was look. And just like, I think I muttered out at one point, like, Dita, you look amazing. Like, oh my God, like word vomit out of my mouth. Like, amazing. It sounded like gibberish. It's so embarrassing. But I lost my ability to speak. She's that beautiful. But no, I'm talking to one of my friends. They're like trying to organize getting me to go. So I'm excited. I'm going to see her show finally. I had a chance to go last time, but then I had to work and missed it. Oh no, I didn't work. I got sick. Like talk about the universe not wanting to like align for me. It was like the day after opening night, and I got sick. And I had really good tickets to go see and everything. It was a really good setup. And I got sick and couldn't go, and I was so mad. I had the flu. And on top of that, my second opportunity to meet her, the universe was just not in my favor. There was actually a wonderful party happening here for like the 500th show at Drag Race Live, and I got invited to go. And Dita Von Teese showed up, but I couldn't go because I had to work. But Ernie went in my place, and he ended up getting a picture with Dita Von Teese. So at least one of us got to meet her from our team. Something is out there just trying to stop me from meeting this woman. But by God, I will meet her. She's going to say, Jaymes, you are beautiful. Can you do my hair? And I would say, of course. You know, it was really fun, like going to Rockabilly Weekend and like bumping into people. I got clocked a couple of times, and people were very nice and complimentary and like said they like really love my wig videos, which made me very happy to hear. Because like I always do these videos and think, oh, no one's going to watch this stuff. So when you're in the wild and people actually say it to me, I really do appreciate it. She's starting to flip up a little bit. It's the matter of like layering. We're constantly fighting with layering. She had a wig similar to this at Trixie Mattel. It was like a back piece that she would wear, and it used to drive me nuts. So I constantly have to reset it. So I had to like learn a specific way to like angle cut the hair so that I would actually stick to this to where I wouldn't have to reset it constantly. So like it's a matter of like how you layer it, like an angle like snipping at the ends to make sure like the flip stays up, especially when it's longer. Like you kind of have to like work around that. Because that's the one downside of a bubble flip. Like they're really fun and beautiful, but they have a tendency to just do their own thing. Most of the time you'll run into this problem where like the flip just kind of wants to do its own thing because it's like cut inconsistently. But with synthetic hair, you kind of have to. Gorgeous. She's starting to shape up. And now that I'm halfway there, I feel like I should start on the back piece just so we have something to combine with this. I don't want to like do too much and then have to take it all apart because we have to put a back piece in it. So we're going to try and get as close as we can. It's also kind of giving like Palm Royale kind of vibes. Like Allison Janney's character, she's been wearing a lot of these crazy hairstyles. Like those nice, like not early 1970s kind of looks, because like these kind of hairstyles were still popular up until like the early 70s. Like those 1960s looks, especially with older women. Like when they stopped being popular with young girls, older women started to wear them a lot. Because like they do look good, and especially if you're one of a certain age, like it does frame the face really well. Like these nice soft hairstyles. Like women of distinguishedness, women of prominence, always had hairstyles like this. Like senators' wives and stuff always did like this kind of really fancy hair hoppery kind of hair. Basically, I went into your beautician and said, just start showing off, okay? Just show off, all right? I got a stunt at the governor's ball, so really, you know, break your foot off in this hairstyle. Ooh, all right. I feel like we are just about letting the girls have it with this. She is starting to flip up beautifully. Like, it's like a matter of just going in and out with it. And this end here, you also have to like crazy layer. All right, now I have to curl the back piece and I'll be right back. Welcome back. All right, I have the little wiglet all curled. It's time to tease her up so that we can combine her with the other one. I'm gonna try and pre-cut it as much as I can, but we gotta tease it first. So let's do that, okay? First things first, I think a little drinky, so. Like my tumbler, I got it at Rockabilly weekend. Oh my God, I'm obsessed. It's an Aquanet hairspray can. I'm obsessed, honestly. Let's get started with teasing this. Okay. This one I'm really gonna jack up high as hell because this is the back piece and she's gotta create all the volume. When I tell you, this is actually like a little wiglet cone that I made for myself for All Stars 8 originally, when I did the human hair version. So like it got height right away. So this one I have to add a little bit more height to it because it doesn't have that like built-in coneness to it. That was a nice little boost. It's like a little cheat because I made my own hairpiece for it. It's essentially like my Tease Me toppers that I have on Jaymes Mansfield Beauty, where it's like a cone-shaped hairpiece to give you extra volume when you tease it out. Now I just gotta tease this up, and then we can combine it with the wig. I'm trying to think of like what was my inspiration for this hair when I was actually styling it. Like again, like I know Trixie loves these kind of hairstyles, so it's kind of like going with something I knew would be a really safe option, especially if like do a bunch of wigs like I had to for that. Like I had to dye and style a bunch of wigs. So I was trying to also like not make my workload too much. So it's something that was like very achievable, but looked really like big and glamorous. And like you spent hours working on it, which I kind of did, but it was faster for me because it's a hairstyle I'm so familiar with. That's always a good thing. Like rest on your laurels and like know how to work smarter, not harder. Like if you have a hairstyle in you that you can do right away, always present that one first. Like it just saves you time. Like that's just the professional thing to do. Do your best work and give that out rather than like trying something crazy and new and screwing it up and making a lot of dangerous cascades happening to your plan, especially if it's like a big project like this was. Like I was being as safe as possible. It's also like my first time working like a big client like that. Like that was nuts. Like got to be glue. Like literally using the hairspray and then working with a sponsorship like that is crazy. Like it was really like intimidating at first. It was like, oh God, I don't know if I could do this. But like, again, like you just throw yourself into it and make it happen. And I must say, I was really pleased with how everything came out. Like especially Trixie's hair, like I was really happy with it. I was also like kicking myself because she got to wear like the fun pink color, which I wanted. But I also knew, knowing her, like it comes like wearing wild colors. She's not really adventurous like that. Like we worked really hard and got her the pink option because I knew she'd be happy. A happy client is a happy life. I speak of Trixie like she's this difficult client. She's honestly one of my favorite people to style hair for because she loves just about anything I make her. Like she just likes pretty things. Like it's big, soft, like bombshell hair, which again, like we kind of have like the same kind of taste level. She's always an easy client to please. Gorgeous pink hair. Ooh, a couple of these did not curl as well as I wanted them to. That's fine, we can disguise that with teasing. There'll be support layers. As long as it's got a little bit of a curl at the end, we're fine. That's all we really need to make this hairstyle work. But as I said, like you do all this curl and it like vanishes because it's just foundation really. You're using it to make a good foundation for the hairstyle. Because curls are just a lot easier to work with than bone straight hair. She's looking big. She's looking like a big old hair piece. All right, let's start smashing down this teasing and combining everything. This one doesn't have to be the neatest. It just has to combine well, like especially this front part. Like I'm not worrying too much about being too smooth. It just has to be packed in there. Pack it in. I'm being awfully instructional today. That's because I'm gonna be teaching a wig class soon. So like, I'm trying to like get back in that mode of like teaching again. I'm teaching my second wig class ever. It's gonna be in Texas. So I'm excited for that. I'm gonna be going over how to get big hair from a wig. Something I feel like I'm really known for is, you know, my teasing and getting big old hair. And a lot of people still have trouble with it. So it's great to like have that hands-on like experience with the teacher there so I can learn my methods. Let's see how she looks. A little hairspray. Yeah, she looks big to me. Now, if you're wondering how I put wigs together, I have an in-depth video on how I zip tie wigs together. So be sure and check that out. Now, I'm going to combine this with my other wig, and I'll be right back. Welcome back. All right, girl, I got her all stacked onto this. I've just been smoothing it. This is how she's looking. The blend is actually super cute. It's kind of giving Tracy Turnblad right now with like the pink streaks going through it. I'm kind of obsessed. Like, again, I'm doing my version of this because I don't have a hair dye that can produce up to 4 different shades of pink. So we're doing the 2 shades we have, and I think it's working out pretty well. Now, the double stack especially made it super cute. So now it's just a matter of just going through and delicately smoothing her. But I think she's going to be super duper cute. Now we're just smoothing through so that we can snip it, snip it, snip it so it all matches up. It's looking cute. All right, now we gotta start combining it with the others, which means I get to start trimming her. See the angle here. Start brushing it through. And really, it's honestly just a flip that I have to worry about because it just has to flip up and look right. And that's what's really gonna be like the thing I work the most at to like get to go the way I want it to. Again, just repeating the process like I was before. To create this glamorous pink hairstyle. So the way I angled it, you could already see it coming, like kind of coming together. Like she's curling upward, she's gonna look cute. Big old pink Tracy Turnblad. I just have to clean this up and she's just about there. Matter of just like going through and snipping areas. Now the bang. The bang is what I always do. It's that nice little ice cream swirl bang that I do. The idea is for her to lay up like that, which just requires a little bit of back combing just to get it to stay structural. But she's already kind of there. I just have to make sure I go through and clean her up. But check her out. It is huge. It's so big. So I have to make sure I like to brush it all together so it's all nice and clean and looks like this kind of end. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to clean her up and I'll be back with our final results. All right, welcome back. This is our final result. Yes! I feel like it's a pretty true-to-life recreation of that wig. Honestly, with synthetic hair, I feel like we kind of nailed it. Like, it's cute. All right, this was so much fun to do. A little walk down memory lane of, you know, that time I was on the pit stop, like, what, like a month ago? Anyways, I would like to take a moment, a Venn moment where I think everyone is tippy on Venmo. I would like to thank Amy, Andrew, and Carl. Thank you so much for the Venn moments. I also have some YouTube super thanks from Hermage and Richard. Thank you so much for the YouTube super thanks. And I'd like to take a moment for my members. Thank you, Wiglets. Roll it!
And I want to say thank you to my wiglets, Jacob, Ernie, Duke, Roy, Just BKZ, Vera, Cuervo, me, Sponge King, Pearface, Steve, so many kitties, Jake, Larissa, JT, Christine, Curtis, Miss Mosey D, Romeo and Juliet, Selena, Rose, Darth Curray, Catalina, Louise, Patio Furniture, Michael, Miss Lansing, Eliza, Maureen, Veronica, Molly, Carl, Dolores, and Samuel. Thank you all so much, Wiglets.
Now, I always enjoy doing these wig recreations, especially when it's my own work. I'm so proud of this wig, and I'm so glad people had such a great reaction to it. That's always wonderful to see. I'm really glad this one is like out there in the world and living its best life on Trixie's wig stand right now. Hopefully she wears it forever. Take it on tour. I'd love to see that. Now, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, bye. Now hit the outro.
Click here, watch JMTV Episode 1 or JMTV Episode 2. Come on, click it, you know you want to. If you don't click it, you're super, super lame. So click it.
This pool is nice. Do you think I need buccal fat removal? Quentin Tarantino wanted to see my feet. I was Stifler's mom. They call me a MILF.